A 23-year-old man is behind bars for fatally shooting his father during a domestic violence incident. At 7:45 a.m. on Friday the 15th of December, authorities responded to Diversified Services Lawn and Garden Business at 1925 Capps Road in Harrison, Arkansas, and reports of shots fired. When officers arrived, they found a man deceased with gunshot wounds. The victim was identified as 50-year-old Sean Brewer. Police identified Sean's son, 23-year-old Michael Alexander Brewer, as the shooting suspect. Michael was arrested at the scene without incident and charged with capital murder. He's out of the Boone County Jail without bond. A 37-year-old woman is behind bars for fatally stabbing a teenage mother during a robbery while she walked to work. At around 11:10 a.m. on Saturday the 9th of December, citizens in the 5100 block of Alabama Street in Houston, Texas flagged down police regarding a disturbance in the street. Arriving officers found 17-year-old Kayla Stevenson unresponsive on the sidewalk with stab wounds. Paramedics pronounced her dead at the scene. Detectives learnt that Kayla was walking to work in the Galleria when 37-year-old Kaysen Blossom stabbed and robbed Kayla of her purse. Police said that Kaysen had a taser, handcuffs, duct tape and another knife in her possession at the time of the attack. Witnesses reported seeing Kaysen riding a blue cruiser-style bicycle, which was later found dumped nearby. On Wednesday the 13th of December, officers from the Houston Police Department SWAT team arrived at Kaysen's residence in the 10,200 block of Beechnut Street in Houston, Texas. She was booked into the Harris County Jail on a charge of capital murder and is held without bond. At the time of the stabbing, Kaysen was out on bond for aggravated assault after shooting a 58-year-old ex-boyfriend with tear gas bullets and cutting him with a knife in 2021. Kayla was a mother to a 6-month-old baby girl and was working 2 jobs to save up money to buy a car. On Friday the 15th of December 2023, 50-year-old Shameen Cato was sentenced to 15 years behind bars for fatally beating her 9-year-old daughter Shalom Guerrero inside their 4th-floor apartment at 571 Lincoln Place in Brooklyn, New York. On the morning of the 15th of May 2022, Shameen beat Shalom and her 13-year-old sister with an electrical cord and a broom for 2 hours over a missing tablet. Shalom tried to escape the attack by crawling under a bed, but Shameen lifted the bed and tried to pull Shalom out from under it. Shameen then dropped the bed, causing the leg to fall off and the bed to fall on the girl's head. Shameen then ignored her daughter's pleas for help as she bled internally. Her older sister managed to sneak away and call 911 at around 1 p.m. Medics responded to the scene and performed CPR on Shalom, who was pronounced dead at 1:21 p.m. The medical examiner determined that Shalom died from blunt force injuries to her head, face and body. She was discovered to have bite marks and bruising to her back, hand and head, and her death was ruled a homicide. The older daughter survived the attack, but suffered lacerations and contusions to her lower body. Shameen pleaded guilty to first-degree manslaughter on the 26th of October 2023. Shameen has remained behind bars on Rikers Island since her arrest on the 16th of May 2022. On the 13th of December 2023, 28-year-old Tanya Campbell pleaded guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder after fatally suffocating her twin 2-year-old daughters in 2019. At 2:37 p.m. on the 27th of June 2019, Tanya's mother called 911 to report that Tanya was driving around in the family van and was threatening to kill her daughters. Authorities launched an extensive search for Tanya and her daughters between the areas of Medford and Montauk in New York. At around 4 p.m, an East Hampton police officer spotted the van in the car park of the Deep Hollow Ranch at 1929 Montauk Highway, a few miles west of Montauk Point. The officer approached Tanya, who was standing outside the van. When the officer got closer to the vehicle, she saw the twins deceased in the car seats. Tanya later admitted to smothering her daughters to death. An ambulance transported the girls to a local hospital, where they were pronounced dead. The medical examiner determined they died from homicidal violence consistent with manual asphyxia. Tanya is due to be sentenced on the 25th of January 2024 and faces between 20 years to life in prison.